All right, what's up, everybody? There's another episode of Fun and Truth in Black and White with Pat and Jay. This time we're live at Vibe Lounge with our audience. Give it up to our audience. All right. A couple of quick announcements. Thank you to DJ Mikey Palms for spinning for us. Thank you to Vibe Lounge for having us. Thank you to our listeners and followers.
Thanks, Sade, the bartender.
Yes, Sade. Give it up for Sade.
I've been here like 10 minutes and she showed me a lot of love in 10 minutes. So much love to
How
Sade.
much love did she show you?
Yo, public love, nothing too crazy.
All right, this is an official launch party. And Pat, we have a big announcement.
I want to save that to the end.
Well, I was about to say, but first, I'm going to give you a layup. Hollywood is scared of sex. The Atlantic just put out an article. The Me Too movement and Time's Up have forced Hollywood to hire intimacy coordinators. So my question to you is, what is the best sex scene in film history?
We talking porn or regular movie? I just checking. I'm sorry.
Come on, it's a layup, man.
I didn't want to offend. Look. Oh, you're right. All right, so I'm going to say
Wait. Porn is Hollywood, too.
porn is Hollywood. All right, I'm going to say Boomerang. When Eddie slept with Robin Givens.
Yes.
And she had nice toes and he was happy.
Okay.
Because
It was the toe curl.
Because Layla Rashawn's feet looked like she was climbing up a mountain. Right? So
Those
that was
talons.
like a memorable. Because after that, if you have a foot fetish, you can let everybody know, and like no one cares.
Uh-oh.
Like you weren't weird after that.
So you weren't feeling the talons.
I'm sorry.
You weren't feeling the talons, the hawk talons.
No. The feet situation is. I mean, keep your boots on if that's the case.
Oh, damn.
What about you? What's your favorite sex scene? Hollywood movie?
All right, you ready for this?
No, but go ahead.
Basic Instinct.
You mean
Sharon
when
Stone,
your favorite-
Michael Douglas.
Hold on, your favorite scene was when the chick stabbed the dude after they had sex? Yo, I'm done. This is why I can't do the podcast with you. You like murder?
This is
and
why
shit?
we live.
Why was that your favorite sex scene?
No, it wasn't the one where she kills him. It's the one where he thinks she's going to kill him.
Yo, how did he stay erect for that shit?
That's the question.
That's the question.
That's the
So, yo,
question.
listen, all right, so here's a question. So, you're having sex.
Yeah,
She's riding you
yeah.
like a good girl on the balls of her feet.
Right.
Like no fake shit. Right?
You got it.
And you think she has an ice pick and she's about to kill you.
That's right.
You stay erect,
If it's that good.
you're crazy. I'm out, son. I'll walk home. I swear, I'll leave the car. I would walk home.
Now think about this. This is the thrill of your life. You remember the last podcast we talked about, actually it was 2 podcasts ago, we talked about the housewife who's rocking your world. So think about it. If it's that good, you know she could kill you, but you can't give it up.
Not me, son.
No?
Yeah, I just.
Why not?
Because I want to live for the next day to see the next chick. Like, I'm not going to die for this one right here. That's just me, though.
But what if it's worth dying? You know, you
It-
come and go.
It doesn't exist.
Okay.
It doesn't exist.
All right. So,
But listen, you said Hollywood is scared of sex scenes.
yes.
But streaming services aren't. Like,
No.
if you watch, like, shit on Netflix, Hulu, like,
Well, what,
YouTube, Red, they go in. They're not scared of anything.
They do go in, but what they're talking about is the fact that because of Me Too and Time's Up, they are now coordinating the scene so that there's no sexual harassment on the scene itself.
You mean like no
the
violence?
filming. No. So they're using prosthetics. They're taping up genitals. They're doing
Hold on,
all
whoa. Prosthetic. You mean they're trying to make someone look as if they're packing if they're not? Is that what you mean? Like,
That's what I mean. But at the
it's
same
just like
time,
false advertising.
they're also doing it so that the actual genitals are not being aroused. So they're giving you genitals to protect your own genitals.
Yo, listen, man. We got to move to Hollywood. I'm become a direct. I'm just saying, like, people, we're all adults, right?
Yeah.
If children aren't watching, the sex scene should be a sex scene. Something else that I've read complaints about is they'll show the woman's everything, but they'll cover the man up.
That's exactly right.
Everybody should show their shit. Like if you're doing it.
So again, so let's look at it. Historically, there's already been an unlevel playing field. In fact, it's not even unlevel, it's unfair. So now, suddenly, with this taping up, that's supposed to make it equal?
It makes it boring. I
agree.
Look, anybody watching the Cosby Show, even though Bill was getting it in, apparently, with that.
Bill was getting
That's
more
another
than
conversation, but now it make you wonder why Lisa Bonet left the shit. Like, but anyway, Pill Cosby. But I'm saying, like, if people aren't watching Nickelodeon, you watching the sex scene, you want to see the sex scene.
Right.
Right? All right.
Okay. So here's how it works. We're going to take our first break. These are shot breaks.
People
Pat's going to explain it to us. There we go.
We got to give everybody some shots on us because it's only right. And if you don't drink, you're drinking tonight. If you don't like shots, you're having shots tonight. Please, just our gift to you. First shot break.
So our first shot break is a layup. So you just order from our wonderful Sade. Sade, if you can pour a round of shots for everybody.
And we got you. So.
All right. So this is our first break.
Hennessy, vodka, whatever, tequila.
All right, we're back. So Pat.
Yes, sir.
The first things first, we have to let our audience know that follow us at Truth and Black, Fun and Truth and Black and White podbean.com. That shot.
Hold on, do it again. See this shit. We giving free shots and you can't handle them. Yeah, go ahead. Yeah, do it again. Hold on.
All right.
Phonics.
Fun and Truth in Black and White .podbean.com. The easier one is go to 11thhourproductions.com and you can get us there.
Or just text Jay because half of y'all are friends.
Okay. But follow us. You can comment on the site. Tonight, you can actually write the questions on those pieces of papers and pencils that I sharpened for you. 19th century technology.
Listen, hold on. Yo, I was at work, right? Jay sent me a video of him sharpening. Yo, like it was 1986. Yo, I swear he was sharpening pencils. And I was like, damn, homie. But
yeah, man.
And that way they're anonymous. If you're
so it's anonymous. You write. We're going to pass around my hat. We'll put them in and we'll read them. So if you have any questions or comments, we'd love to get them from you. And remember, we've got a big announcement coming up. But we're moving on to the fast break. So
I'm open.
Pat, Neicy Nash.
Yo, this is crazy.
Just got published saying a BJ a day keeps the divorce attorney away. Now, she's been married twice, and she's 8 years into her second.
I guess she didn't blow her first husband.
Learning lessons, right? But she said that marriage has taught her that love is selfless. So how do you respond to this?
A BJ a day keeps the divorce attorney away?
That's what she said.
I mean, I need one. But I mean, no, but I'm just saying, like, I think you got to know your mate, right? Like,
of course.
You can
You're not going to turn it down.
You say every man wants the same thing, but that's not really true, right?
Okay.
You got to figure out what your mate is into, and if that's what you're into, it's perfect. If it's not what you're into, then maybe you got to meet them halfway. So, 'cause they're going to find it somewhere, right? So a BJ a day keeps. I think the better thing is figure out what your man likes, or figure out what your woman likes, and go there.
Well,
because it could be some off the wall. It may not even be a BJ. It might be something totally different. Like chain me up.
You're on point as far as I can see, but I'm going to take a different view on this, which is that obviously her view is based on serving the other person with what you think is necessary, which is a valuable argument. But is it that, or is it finding what you're saying, meeting needs in a way that the other person responds to you? So is it a matter of giving response that she's really going after?
Well, first of all, you don't know the backstory, right?
Of course.
Her first husband, she might have walked in on him getting head from somebody else. So now she thinks, oh, BJ away.
Right.
We don't know the backstory, right? But I think true love loves back, right? So I think the real thing giving pleasure. You give to the other person, you can get them so open.
Well,
They give
the
back
old
to you.
saying is that you give and you get. So
In
the
theory.
more you give is the more you get, right?
Yeah, but I just don't want women walking around giving BJs thinking that's gonna keep them in. You know, at the end of the day, that shit don't work. You know?
Right.
Like dudes are as faithful as their opportunities. Like they're as
Right.
faithful as their options.
So
You know
what?
I'm
So
saying?
what you're really saying is that there's more than just a BJ in order to keep the divorce attorney away.
Let me ask you this.
Yeah.
Get a little personal without names, though.
Right.
Right. You ever got a BJ that was like, all right, but you're feeling the girl so much, you rather that BJ than a better BJ from some chick you're not really feeling.
Well,
So at the end of the day, it
all
comes
right.
down to how much you're feeling somebody.
What you're talking about is, and we've discussed this in another podcast, is how you work with your partner. So it's not just about the act, it's about the communication with which the act is given and the understanding between the two people and how you develop over time, because there are other things that can be provided as well as communicated.
Yeah, listen, dick and pussy is some powerful shit, right? But everybody thinks they dick can change the world.
Right.
Every girl thinks theirs can change. It's not like if that's all it took, then what you gotta do is make somebody come and everybody's happy.
So what we're boiling it down to is the fact that she's saying that only physical acts are what keep the divorce attorney away. But what you're saying is that it's more than that. You have to have a combination of physical, mental, spiritual understanding.
Super facts. Like, yo, you gotta mind fuck somebody. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? Like that whole you ever heard the expression "there's no box like new box"?
Right?
Right? Somebody can eat chicken every day. The best chicken in the world. You give them some turkey, the shit ain't gotta be that good. It's just different.
Yo, but if it's deep fried,
Deep fried. Listen, I real talk. Like that whole "I will rock this person's world, they're not leaving." It's bullshit. That shit is
so
temporary.
what you're saying is going back to the first segment. My basic instinct scene is
See, Jay,
Hollywood
Jay,
contrived.
You want to play with murder? I'm not fucking with this. I'm drawing the line in the sand. We're not talking about murder and murder. I'd rather be alone, bro. Like you or some other shit. but now real talk. Like that whole "I'm gonna be the best they ever had," it fades quick. Cause
Of
like
course.
by year 6 or whatever, it's like, well,
Well, if you're not doing it on a roller coaster, then obviously it's going to fade quicker.
I'm just saying, man. Like, but to her, she wrote the article, and there's some merit to that. Like, she's basically saying, I think, go in.
Well, okay, so my take on it is obviously that she's also looking for attention because it's something that she's bringing to the surface that a lot of people are going to find controversial.
But thing is, are BJs still a thing? Like, meaning, is it still like a risque thing? Like, we're in a world now, people are, it's foursomes, fivesomes, chain me up. Like, the BJ thing, that shit.
Well,
Somebody said foursomes, fivesomes. I heard it. I'm not judging your number.
that is what a live audience is for.
But no, I'm just saying, like, is that still a thing we talk?
Well, we're now in an age where you are gender unspecific.
Yo, please. But I'm just saying, like, I think, are we still at that, should I blow him or not? Like, we're adult. Everybody in this room is adult. Everybody here is probably 25 and up, at least.
Okay.
We still talking about whether or not you should give head? Stop it. Yo, if you're not giving head, male or female, you're single, son. Like, yo, like, I'm saying, like, yo, if a guy's like, oh, I don't eat, I don't go down, dog, she's cheating on you. And
Right.
she should.
Of course.
Real talk. Like,
Because if you're not brave enough to go down, come on.
but brave, you should want to. Listen, man. Like,
Dude,
these dudes,
listen.
I like those dudes. Those dudes help the ratio. Like, listen, like, take ugly dudes, dudes in jail, little penis dudes,
Right.
dudes with no jobs, right?
Okay.
And you add in the guys that don't want to go down,
No, that's
it
like
makes the
90%
ratio
of
like
them.
19-1. Like, I love those dudes. Those dudes
Yeah,
make
yeah,
it so, yeah, this is
But
the best kind of
but you understand that most of them are scared.
of what? Of
Pussy.
hold on, listen.
Come on.
You scared to please your
They might like to stick it in, but they're scared of going down because again, they don't have a love affair with the pussy. You understand?
Yo, hold on, time out. Since I can't hit rewind, can you say that shit again?
They don't have a love affair with the pussy.
We got to get some more shots.
Yeah. All right. We're going to take a break, another shot break, and we'll be right back. All right. We're back. DJ Mikey Palm spinning. Yo, it's a good night. Second shot break. Pat, we got a big announcement coming up.
Hold on, Jay. Anybody got to work in the morning? Everybody? Hold on. If you don't have to work, big up to you. You don't have to work. That's love.
Hey. All right. So, November 25th. If you're not doing anything, it's a Monday.
And it's for charity.
This is the Long Island Fight for Charity. Instead of fun and truth in black and white.
Listen, you know I'm not trying to die. I already told you I'm not having sex with somebody that got a knife. There's no UFC, but I am fighting Jay. Yo, listen, Jay and I are getting in the ring for charity.
That's right. We're raising $20,000 for Patriotic Hearts and autism awareness through the Long Island Fight for Charity.
Listen, I'm going to send some of that money to the islands, though. There's some hungry people. It's not all going to Patriotic Hearts. I'm trying to pick another
right.
charity.
So in other words, we're trying to raise more than $20,000. That's just the baseline 100%. That we've got to raise. But yeah,
please come out. Jay and I are fighting, but it's for a good cause. Killer shit. Like, I thought we were just doing it for fun. Yo, Jay sent me a picture. He out there looking like Rocky. This dude is training, and I'm like, son, you wanna fight me? Like, for real? Like, you know where I'm from, we jump dudes. Like, this dude is really, he's really training, and I'm eating cake. I'm like, son, like, you want? But anyway, November 25th.
November 25th. It's a Monday.
Yeah, we can raise money right.
But tonight, though, they came out to show love.
Yo.
I will gamble on that right now.
Hold on. You betting on Jay? You betting on Jay? You betting on me? Yo,
damn,
the thing is,
no
though,
love.
I'm gonna tell you the truth. Like, if I'm losing the fight, like for real, like legit losing, I'm gonna have to cheat. Like, cause I'm gonna have people that know me my whole life. Mm-hmm. If I'm losing, I swear I'm throwing you out the ring. Like they gotta disqualify me because there's no.
I must break you.
Dog. Like, you grew up in BK, I know, but I know you went to private school too.
That's right,
son.
Yo, don't sleep on.
I'm not trying to play you, but I'm saying where I'm from, you cheat or like you. There's no rules.
Dude. I grew up being called a packer pussy. That's why I fell in love with the pussy. But that's another story.
Why you gotta bring it? This is an interlude about the charity. You bring it back to pussy. Like, we talking about raising.
Yeah, but we having fun and truth.
100%.
All right, so
getting in the ring. Please come out. The 6'1", I'm 4'2". I don't know how it's gonna work, but fuck it, we gonna fight, man.
That's right. Again, it's for a good cause, and you get to see Pat and I like try to hit each other and miss. It's gonna be fun.
Ain't no missing, man.
Ain't no missing. I'm gonna be bobbing and weaving, float like a butterfly, sting like a bee.
Do
baby.
something. I'm coming for you, B. I might fucking around and crack a bottle. No, I'm joking. We just gonna fight regular.
That's right.
Clean fight, 100%.
All right, so
where we at?
We passed around the hat in the interlude.
Yeah.
And no, we're not doing questions now. At the end, we got our overtime. So because we're live, this is going to be exciting to have the questions at the end. But now we're going into the half-court offense. So Pat and I regularly pass back and forth articles to talk about.
Damn day.
One of our favorite websites we got to shout out is Girl on the Net.
Yo, this chick is crazy.
So she posts erotic articles, and she has guest bloggers that also post. And one of the articles that we found very interesting was called "Fuck Me to Tears," and it was about emotions being released during sex, and the fact that this particular woman, after 2 kids having sex, she would cry during sex building up to the orgasm, because for her that was a very powerful feeling. And so my question to you, Pat, is why do we fear emotional release?
It's easy to walk away when you're not connected, right? So, you meet somebody, you're not feeling them. The second you see one thing that turns you off, you're out. It's light work. It's easy. I mean, it could be like you're in their house and y'all about to go out and they smell their jeans and shit. Because they don't have no clean clothes and you watching them get dressed. And so you're like, he's dirty. I ain't messing with him no more. Right?
Right.
But when somebody's in your brain, it's hard. Or in your heart, it's hard. So I think we fear emotion because once you're attached that way, you can get your heart broken. And no one wants to get their heart. Like any dude in here, it's only 4 of us, but we would fight whoever, but and lose. That's easier than getting your heart broken. Nobody wants to get their heart broken. So,
but okay, I'm gonna disagree with you. I mean, I agree with you in principle, but I'm gonna disagree in terms of the fact that in order to fall in love, you have to be willing to risk getting your heart broken.
Yeah, but it's you're vulnerable, right?
Right.
Like, I'm just saying, like.
And we're talking about sex. We're not talking about anything, complicated, are we?
Oh, it's extremely complicated. Like sex in a vacuum is not complicated. Sex in love, extremely complicated.
Okay. So because it's complicated, then the issue is not really about the emotions. It's about
risk.
Exactly, your fear of the other person judging you for your emotions. So is it the connection or is it the feeling of being judged?
Maybe both. Maybe differs person to person. But I know that once you let yourself out there, you're immediately vulnerable. Like, that person has an ace now. They know they can hurt you.
Right.
It's a scary
and
thing.
So that's
for
what we're
everybody.
fear of. We're fear of the other person taking advantage of what we're showing them.
But as far as the article, Fuck Me to Tears, she called it. Yo, if you can fuck somebody to tears, it's a good look. I'm just saying, like, because they're letting loose everything. Right?
Right.
Everything. So now, when you're not hiding anything, you have a chance. Like that relationship right there, if both people are on one accord, they actually have a chance at something.
Right. Well, what you're saying in my interpretation is that once you're willing to expose yourself, and again, the whole beauty of being together naked and intimate is that is when you get to share yourself.
Nah, the beauty isn't walking to the bathroom naked. Like, we're laying there naked, right?
Right.
Lights are on.
Mm-hmm.
I gotta go. I'm getting up,
right.
And I'm walking, and I'm gonna turn and ask you some shit. It's not even a real question. I'm just gonna ask you because I want to show you. Ain't no towels, ain't no basketball shorts. I'm walking to the bathroom. Look, man. Look, I'm saying that comfort level right there.
Yeah.
That's the shit. Like, what's better than that? And now we eating naked.
Right.
We're watching, pass me the remote naked.
Right.
But, you covering up like somebody's not totally comfortable. If
right.
it's not totally comfortable, how far the relationship can go is limited. Right there, off from the gate.
Again, so the ability to get past your own fears.
But, Jay, people have
your insecurities.
People have scar tissue, though.
Yes.
So that person that's acting timid might have let loose completely when they were like 16.
Right.
And got their heart broken.
Right.
So now they're 26, like, I'm not showing any emotion. So
right.
It comes from somewhere. Like, people inherently, I think, probably want to be in love, but if something happens and it doesn't work, now, depending how it went, you might be bottled up forever. Like, no, I'm not showing anything. I don't care.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So,
right.
And maybe I'm not with that. Ask somebody about their past shit. That's some corny shit.
Right.
But maybe get to know somebody and figure out what makes them up. Like, without getting into their business, figure out what their fears are, insecurities are, what they're into, what they're not into, what they're worried about.
Again, now you're getting into the reality of loving someone is constantly being willing to learn not only who they are, but who they are going to become.
Yeah, Jay, you gonna start preaching? I feel like you're about. I feel like you're about to start preaching.
Well, I'm not trying to preach. I'm just trying to. I'm feeding off of what you're saying and saying that. Again, if somebody can release emotionally in the bedroom, right? There's a level. You're removing all the veils. There's a level of transparency there, right? So, what I'm asking you is that, again, going back to, the fear in being emotional with someone, as you grow in a relationship, that fear only subsides based on you're willing to trust each other and really trust yourself to share.
Does it come down to honesty? And can you be too honest?
Well, but isn't that when you're letting go in the bedroom?
Yeah, but like, here's a dumb question.
Okay.
Am I the best you ever had? Right. So now
you're the best. You're the best that she's ever had right now.
Right. Like, you're putting that person in a crazy. First of all, you're asking them to think about other people. Right.
Okay.
Mistake number one.
Right.
Number two, the truth. Nobody wants to poke themselves in the eye. Right. So don't ask that question.
Right.
So I'm just saying, does it come down to honesty, or is it just like enjoy the moment?
Okay, so why would somebody ask that question? From a male perspective, they're asking that question because of their own insecurity, aren't they? So what is that insecurity based on? Is it based on what they have with that person, or is it based on their own past?
That's a loaded question. It could be they're worried about losing the person.
Okay.
It could be they know that she's in touch with her ex.
Right.
It could be that she has a bunch of male friends, which is complete bullshit. You know what I'm saying? Like,
right.
Like, if she has male friends, they all trying to beat, right? Like, unless they're family or homosexual,
they're trying to do that special favor.
They're waiting for the opportunity. I've been the dude that had the female friend that I knew didn't like me, and I just lurked. Because eventually the dude she's messing with is going to hurt her.
Right.
And we're going to be watching something on Netflix. And
order a pizza?
I'm being honest. I mean, she was genuinely my friend, but it's not like I wouldn't pounce on it if I had the opportunity, right?
Okay.
So anyway, that person that's saying,
didn't you say earlier about a man is only as faithful as his opportunity?
Yo, don't set me up, bro. Don't you ever in your life. I'm gonna fight. See,
am I not coming with the right hook right now?
This is why we're gonna be in the ring. I'm gonna whoop that ass. He's trying to set me up. Nah, but seriously, you're asking, why would somebody ask, am I the best you ever had? It could be that he's insecure for a reason. It could be that the last chick left him for his barber. You know what I'm saying? Like, you never know what went into.
All right, I'm gonna give you a pass off the backboard right now. I want you to reverse this on me in terms of, again, fuck me to tears, emotional fears. What do we?
Let me just say, for some of these titles, we need a female co-host. Because, like, in a vacuum, you can never say to me, fuck me to tears. You know what I'm saying? Like, for some of these titles, I feel we need, like, we got to invite a female on the show to sit, like, right here in between us.
All right.
So I feel you're talking to her when you say that shit. But anyway, go ahead.
No, I want you, again,
reverse it?
Yeah, reverse it on me. Let's take it from an unemotional standpoint.
Okay. You meet a chick. We do a podcast in New Orleans.
Okay.
Either Mardi Gras or Essence. So it's either 1 million black women or 1 million white women, right?
Okay.
Whatever. And we had either or. You meet a chick, she likes a woman, she likes the podcast. You guys hang out.
Okay.
You sleep with her.
Right.
She rocks. Now you're texting me at 4 a.m.
Okay.
And I'm ignoring you because you're saying how good it is, right?
Okay.
Now you begin to call her. She never returns your calls.
Right.
How do you feel? So she basically fucked you to tears.
Right.
Tell me the truth, Jay. Like, what's going through your mind at that point?
All right.
You sent like mad texts and like you're doing shit like calling your company to find out if your phone worked. You're like, oh, well, she's not responding to my text.
Gotcha.
Meanwhile, she's ignoring you.
Gotcha. All right. So what you're saying is that if I get a one-night stand with somebody,
and then she ignores you.
But I'm thinking that something could happen beyond that.
Correct.
Okay. So the challenge there is that this is where I think men are more emotionally fragile than women, because if we think that there's an opportunity for more when she's thinking, I just wanted to hit it. I just wanted to be able to put a notch on my bedpost with you. For some reason, that is where men feel brokenhearted. So you could have an incredible relationship with a woman platonically and not get your heart broken if she were to have, you know, an affair with somebody else or get married to somebody else. But you could be completely brokenhearted from a woman that rocked your world and you thought that there was more.
So when you tell me the story,
yeah.
so now we're flying back to New York.
Okay.
If I'm like, yo, what happened with that shorty that you met? Like, how'd it go?
Right.
Are you going to say, yo, Pat, I text her, she didn't answer? Or are you going to be like, you know what? She was texting me, man, and I'm not you're going to reverse it like you weren't checking for her. What would you?
Well, again,
would you tell me the truth? Oh, don't avoid the question, yo.
Yeah.
Would you tell me the truth?
But you're trying to ask me from an emotional standpoint, and we just said, talked about
this dude is a ducking and dodging. Yo, what would you do? She doesn't return your call.
You find out in the ring.
Yo, y'all see that? Right? All right. I'm gonna let you off the hook.
No, again, you're talking about the difference between men and women in the
The reason why I asked that question is because a lot of times dudes think, yeah, I hit that. Yo, a lot of times she slept with you, homie. Like, dudes will call their friends or they be in the locker room like, yeah, I met her, fucked her, whatever. A lot of times it was her. Like, it was
her choice.
Right. Like,
right.
Dudes, like, cats think, oh, yeah, I met her. A lot of times I have sisters. They always tell me, yo, Pat, by the time you come up to a girl, she saw your teeth, your fingernails, your shoes.
Her decision was made in the first 5 minutes.
She determined if you were holding something or not. Like, my sisters have told me this. Like,
right.
But guys think because you're the one that you're the predator, it's you. That girl probably sought you out, decided she was going to sleep with you,
right,
and was in complete control the whole time. And I think that is worth a shot to dudes' egos.
Exactly. So, again, getting back to the fact that we didn't discuss who was crying in this, other than
that
it was on Girl on the Net. But here's where we're getting to, is it more likely that a woman is going to be willing to cry in the bedroom or a man, based on what we're talking about here?
I think it depends where you are. Like, where you are in your life that you're headed into that situation. If you're just secure at home and you just want a plaything, you're probably not going to cry because you don't care about the outcome.
Right.
But if you're looking for something special or thought it was going to be something special, your bubble can get burst.
Okay, now,
I don't think it's a matter of gender. I think it's a matter of position.
Here's the next question is, do you think that it's more possible to have that type of emotional release in a relationship that's just started, or it has to be long term? Is there a difference?
You just have to be into the person.
Okay.
I don't think it matters how long.
So it doesn't matter how long it is, it's based on the connection?
No.
Okay. So... So
Mikey says it matters how long it is, but yes.
So then here's the other question, is this something that the other person would be comfortable with based on how well they know you? In other words, you're in bed with somebody, you're in the middle of it, it's feeling incredible, and all of a sudden they bust out crying. How do you react?
So hold on. I'm sleeping with someone. We're having sex, right?
You're having sex.
They start crying.
You're in the middle of it.
How do I react?
Crying. How do you react?
You
keep going.
I'm saying, like, we're going to talk about that afterwards, right?
Right.
I'm just saying, like, so let's say she's crying.
Don't stop. Don't stop.
Yeah, let's say she's crying let's say she's crying from bad emotion.
Right.
On top of the bad emotion, now she can't come. Let's say she's crying from good emotion.
Right.
I'm going to stop.
Well, but again, that's what we're talking about.
Stopping is not an issue, right? So
right.
Now when it's over,
right.
what was on your mind?
Right.
Talk to me.
Right. But maybe nothing's on her mind. Maybe you were fucking her brains out. You understand?
That's an answer, though.
So
right? That's an answer.
So the reason I asked the question is, again, for our listeners, you have to be that comfortable with the partner, with your partner, but it's also your partner has to have equal amount of comfort with you.
All right, check it. So that comfortable, you said comfortable, comfort level, right? Does that get achieved only by getting to really know somebody, or can somebody have immediate comfort level? Like, so how do you get that comfortable? Like, how does that happen, right? Like, is that because we're walking on the beach barefoot talking about your life goals, or that's because of our sexual connection? Like, I think it's easier said than done to be like, there are people married 20 years that aren't comfortable.
Right.
Like, I just think saying just be is about comfort level. I think it's a blanket statement. Like, I think it's harder to achieve that. You can be with somebody, have kids with somebody, live with somebody, and not be comfortable.
Right.
And then you meet some dude or some woman on the platform, and you feel immediately comfortable.
Right.
You know, so I don't know what I think the problem is. A lot of the situations are resume love. Like, I'm not really feeling him, but he's got a good job.
Right.
Or I'm not really feeling her, but she's got a fat ass. Like,
right.
people aren't really getting to know each other, and I think that's probably the root cause of all of this. Like,
so what you're saying is that if we got into each other's minds more, a lot more tears would be shed in the middle of fucking.
You know what you hear women say sometimes that you never hear men say?
Go.
You hear women say, I really wasn't feeling him at first, but there's just something about him.
Right.
You never hear a dude say that. Dude's like, yeah, she had a fat ass.
Right.
My point is, if you get to know somebody,
she had a rack
if
on
you get
her.
to know somebody, you never know what can happen because it's a mind fuck, like
Right.
more than the physical. Like, the physical stuff will fit. Look, none of us in this room are gonna look the way we look now. 5 years from now, 10 years from now.
I don't know about you, motherfucker, but I look the same as I
black,
did 20 years
listen,
ago.
Yo, black don't crack, homie. I know about it. I'm just saying, like, looks will fade, bro. Like,
You're
it's
gonna
up
look
here.
different on November 26th, I'll tell you that.
Yo, Jay. Yo, he just threatened me. Yo, this is gonna be a fight, man. Yo, I swear on everything. We're gonna fight for real, bro.
All right, so
listen, I want to come back to these people's questions that came out to us on a rainy night.
Word. So let's take a break real quick, and this is our 3-point shot. We're gonna
come back. We're gonna do the questions.
Word.
Yeah, I don't give a fuck.
You got it, and your PSA.
My PSA.
All right.
And we can wrap up. All right, we're back.
My bad.
You good, Mikey? All right, let's get to your guys' questions. Thank you so much. Jay, I want you to shuffle those, and in any order, give me a rapid fire. You hit me with a question, I hit you with a question, and we go like that.
All right.
You can read me the first one, then hand me the next one. And then.
Pat?
Yes, sir.
Why does a sex scene need to have nudity?
I think the average person is not very creative, and they're looking for something that they don't have in their own lives, right? So they want to see like genitalia that they never saw before, or they don't like themselves naked, or they don't like their mate naked, so they want to see something hotter than they experience in day-to-day life. And I think sex sells.
I agree with both points. I would also say it this way. I think they're selling to men more than women. And the goal is to provide an image that stimulates them to think a certain way. So they're not just selling sex, because again, we know that Hollywood is more than just the movie industry. We talked about it before, that it's the porn industry. So it's the entrance. It's like a gateway drug. We're talking about the fact that you start seeing something, you want to see more of it.
That last point's a good one. But I do think they're selling women more than men, though. Like, in general, women are exploited, which is a whole other subject, And
I'm saying they're selling to men.
Okay. Then I'm with you 100%. Because I got a real issue with, how things are not fair. And that's a whole other podcast for another day. But
right.
But yeah, I'm with you on that. Pass me your card, bro.
It's right in front of you.
Oh, I'm sorry. Somebody, I'm gonna pass the mic.
Oh,
You missed the whole point of the question.
Talk to me.
oh shit.
My question.
This goes back to our favorite sex scene in a movie.
Okay.
And I brought, the question was framed to the movie The Departed with Leonardo DiCaprio and I forget, I don't know the other actress, the actress's name, but it was the sexiest sex scene and they had their clothes on. She had maybe her bra, I mean, they weren't naked. And the music was Comfortably Numb by David
Pink
Gilmour.
Floyd.
Yeah, one of my favorite bands. And it was just very sexy. And it was all about the passion they had for each other in love. And there was no like nudity or, you know, graphic what you're talking about. So sex doesn't have to be that.
So
I think the question was over your heads. Sorry, boys.
well,
Sorry.
that is well taken from a woman. I think we were talking about the fact that Hollywood thinks that sex has to be about nudity. And why do they do it? So I took the business angle in terms of this is a gateway into porn. They're trying to open the doors towards something else. I think it's a very valid point that you're making, that you don't have to have nudity in a sex scene, that it could be very stimulating.
And let me interject. She's not simple, right? So, meaning she's able to see beyond. But a lot of people are so simple-minded.
Right.
They need tits, ass, and dick.
Right.
But
And this is about selling tickets.
But someone else, obviously, she can look beneath the surface. But not everybody can do that. So I know, as somebody that has pitched movie scripts, you know, they don't trust the audience. They want it to be as dumbed down as possible. So there's something very erotic about two people eating dinner and looking each other's eyes and like walking together, holding hands. But the layman, the simpleton, that person wants tits, ass, dick. So the producer, the person that's selling the movie is like, all right, well, we're not going to sell romance. We're going to sell sex. But to her point, some of the best sex scenes, like if anybody's watched a sex scene and the actors are really good, they're not nude and they're acting like they're into each other, something about that is more erotic than watching two people act like that.
Again, you're now getting beyond sex into.
But I have to acknowledge the listener because she was going beyond
100%, 100.
From a Hollywood movie.
True story.
True story.
But those are outnumbered by the other scenes.
Right, and again,
like that stands out to you because it happens so infrequently.
right,
You know.
and again, to Pat's point, to compliment you, is that you are far beyond the average moviegoer in terms of intellect and observation. So, I think one of our difficulties is we're looking at it from the standpoint of the mass audience versus the person who has a higher level of stimulation, both in terms of their intellect as well as their imagination. And the two can be categorized differently in this case, because when you look at a movie, you even brought up the music
She did.
being different.
She said it was like, I think, soft and subtle. I think.
Right. Well,
Something
Pink Floyd, "Comfortably Numb." It's an incredibly, powerful song. But
we're also living. I remember like slow jams, like growing up. That was a thing.
yeah,
And I feel like there's probably still good music out there, but the music that's put out
come
is
on, man.
be a stripper. Like it's not
Make money.
romantic. It's
Right.
sexual.
Yes, it's
Truth
material.
is, right. So kudos to her. That was a good question.
Exactly. Let's get a round of applause. Let's get a
100%.
round of applause.
100%.
And understand, this is supposed to be confidential and anonymous. She jumped out, so we know who
But
she
she
is.
owned
but
it, and I appreciate
she owned
that.
it. Yeah.
Let me
Much
read you
love.
the next question.
Go ahead. You got it right in front of you.
Now this is the same one I just read.
Oh, okay.
Oh no, I think
No,
you're right. All right. Why is a BJ considered foreplay? It used to be a treat. I want you to know, whoever this is, I love her.
Right.
I love her.
Right.
Jay?
All right. So, a BJ Now, first of all, you have to understand that in modern imagination, foreplay is everything but penetration. Whereas foreplay, as Pat just talked about, when we were growing up, foreplay started with how you presented yourself at her door.
I remember giving girls notes like, "Do you like me?"
Yes, no, or maybe.
Check a box. And
right,
shit, like,
exactly. So foreplay has, I don't even know what the right word is because I can't say it's progressed, but it's boiled down more than anything else. In other words, there is a speed in which we get to the physical act of sex now that is far, quicker than, how we did in the past. And so getting back to the question, which is, why is a BJ now foreplay? I think that's not a bad thing, but it's a matter of how oral sex is misunderstood as a wonderful way of giving to the other person something that you want them to feel. So when you build up, in other words, what I'm saying is that foreplay starts way before the BJ. But when you get to the BJ or when you get to going down on her, at that point, that is your pleasure to stimulate her, because again, I can only go from my direction. The point is that you want her to receive everything that you're feeling.
So I think we get into problems when we start to label stuff, right?
Yeah.
Like if you're going into sex, anything silly like a prerequisite, like I won't go down on her until the third date. Stupid. I won't go down on him unless he tells me he loves him. What? Stupid. Like
Right.
people need to do what they feel, and then I think now, whether things work out or not, you would have done it for the right reasons, right? You won't look back on it like, I shouldn't have went down on her, or I shouldn't have given him a BJ. Like, it's not that deep. Like, it's deep, but you should do what you feel. And I think if you eliminate labels,
I agree with you.
and
Part of the
rules,
issue is
right.
how you look at sex in terms of stages. First of all, if you look at sex from a total experience and the... Is that better? Okay. So...
Yo, this dude is talking like, he was talking to my fist.
Thanks, Mikey. Give a shout out for Mikey Palms. All right, so if you look at the total experience of sex as a all-encompassing experience between two people, and oral sex is a part of that experience, and it's where you get to be in control of the other person's pleasure. That is one of the most powerful experiences that you can have, number one. And number two is why people don't look at that as a wonderful part of the overall experience, not just from a build-up perspective, because again, whether or not your goal is to give them the happy ending or just to get them to the next level, that in itself is your choice, where they are basically at your mercy.
Can I tell you something, Jay?
Go ahead.
Like, dudes are so arrogant, son. Like, dudes will like, a girl will go down on the dude and the dude will go call his boys. Like, yeah, son, she went down. Some girls did it for themselves. Like, there are people that just enjoy giving.
Right.
Right? Or enjoy the act. But these cats are high-fiving in the locker room. A, you're a prick if you're telling your business. Number one.
100%.
100%. Real dudes don't do that. A. B, that could be her thing.
Right.
Like, there are women that orgasm from giving. And there are dudes that, get the massive erection from giving, right?
Well, I mean,
So-
listen.
So I'm just saying, like, I just want to say, sometimes the person, it's not all about you, right? Like, you know, it's not all about like what you got them to do. No, maybe they're doing it because they just wanted to do it.
That's right.
Right?
That's right.
And the better performances are those that come from that. Like anybody that's going down out of duty is going to be whack.
Right, and so the point to is answer the question in terms of, you know, why does a BJ have to be, you know, foreplay and not just a treat? To me, I think it's always a treat. It's just one of those things. It's up to the other person whether or not they want to give you that treat. And, you know, that is the beauty of your partner in terms of, you know, being, you know, intimate with each other. You get to give each other what you want, and that is the control that you have in oral sex. You know, so if I were to look at this, what's missing in the question is the fact that from an overall experience point of view is the fact that I think that foreplay starts, again, and this is just me being old school, way before you get into the bedroom and get your clothes off.
Yeah.
You know, you have to stimulate, especially, you know, the beauty of women is that they give you the opportunity to stimulate their mind, and it's all in how you want to do it to get them to that level of pleasure. All right, Pat's taking all my questions, so I can't read the question.
We
now.
already answered these two. Am I passing to you now? I lost track. I'm passing to you anyway.
I think we need a shot break then.
Nah. They got to get home, bro. Like, listen, this is a totally non-love and sex-related question, but fuck it, we here. Will Trump win the next election?
Yes.
Hands down, bro. And I think the reason why I think he's going to win the next election is, like, or just sidebar, like, he speaks to the ignorant. You know, people think it's white and black. Educated white people don't like Donald Trump. You know what I'm saying? Like,
100%.
Uneducated people like Donald Trump. And there's more of them than there are us. And I think, in a nutshell, that's what it is. Like, he speaks.
He understands what the masses are willing to listen to, and he speaks in their language.
Yeah, I know of a church in Atlanta. It's a predominantly black church in Atlanta. Exclusively, none of them voted at all. A few hundred members, right? So that means that them and their families probably didn't vote, and they didn't vote because they felt they didn't like Trump, and they felt Democrats. They were angry at Barack for endorsing gay marriage. So here you have people that aren't voting for all kinds of reasons, and you have others voting against their own personal interests.
Right.
Donald Trump will win the next election because he speaks to the evil, speaks to the uneducated, and there's more of them than there are us. Now, if people tell me they're voting for Donald Trump for political reasons, I can't argue with you. But if you're voting for him just because of emotion, just because he's rugged and raw and says out-of-pocket stuff, that's a crazy reason to vote for somebody. So I think he's going to win for those reasons. But that being said, I'm not a Trump supporter at all. But while he's in office, I hope he does some good. Like, while he's in the position, you know, if somehow, some way, something good comes out of it, so be it. But
well, he brought ASAP Rocky home, so I mean, he did some good there, right?
Yo, Jay just spelled out. Jay just itemized ASAP Rocky's first name. That's the funniest shit I ever heard on this podcast.
Yo, you better put Trump on that shit.
So.
No, but I think he's gonna win. I'm not happy about it, but I think also Democrats haven't groomed a qualified candidate.
Can I take it off the backboard here? Give me an alley-oop.
I'm throwing it off the back.
All right. So the other day, somebody asked me why I call him Uncle Trump.
Somebody asked you that for real?
Somebody asked me that for real. They said, "Why do you
upstate
call him?"
or down here?
No. From the podcast, because you know I call him Uncle Trump, and I said, "Well, you know Uncle Sam, right?" And they said, "Yeah." And I said, "Well, Uncle Trump has basically appropriated our government, and we're looking at the new face of how things are. And truthfully, until he leaves office, basically we're going by his rules whether we like it or not." Now, the discourse in the debates right now with the Democratic Party, the issue is that not only do they not have their act together in terms of what they really want to focus on, but more importantly, as you iterated that Trump speaks to the masses and they gravitate towards what he says. And that is the problem with anybody opposing Trump, is that you now have to climb over the wall, no pun intended, that he has created in terms of building this idea of how America should be. So whether or not you think America is great again, doesn't matter. There is a whole legion of supporters that see Trump as already having made America great again. And when he reads off his statistics, and when he tells everybody that the last president and the president before him and the president before him all sucked, it does not matter. Fake news, thank you very much. It does not matter what you think.
And let me just also say, everyone in here, their 401k is probably popping, their stocks are popping, their Roth IRAs are popping, and because he's in office, he's getting credit for the market doing well.
100%.
It's not him.
No, it was. No, it's not.
It's not him, but he's in office.
That's right.
So the person that isn't reading, isn't doing their research,
He's riding on the back of the man before.
100%, and that's it. And all I can say is, people need to get informed, and also too, last thing, and we get back to some fun stuff. If you, it's all good. What you need to do is if you are feeling one way about something, and that way is being promoted on MSNBC, you can't grow if you don't watch CNN. It's very easy to be around people that think just like you, right? But I think one of the problems just in general in the country is people are surrounding themselves by yes men, right? So you feel a certain way, you're gonna surround yourself by those who agree with you. That's stupid, you can't grow. So I think, the viewership and people that listen to certain things, they stick with that which they know, and no one's listening to the other side. But yes, I do believe he'll win again. We'll get through 4 years and we'll be all right.
All right, Pat.
Yes, Pat. Yes, Pat.
Yeah.
Is flirting considered cheating?
Some people think cheating is getting caught, right?
Okay.
If you don't get caught, you didn't cheat.
Right.
But I think cheating is about the rules of the relationship, right?
Okay.
There are people who I know personally who it turns them on to see their mate with somebody else.
Right.
If their mate's with somebody else, you're not cheating.
Mm-hmm.
It's about consenting adults. What are the rules in your relationship? If your mate, spouse, fiance, girlfriend, whatever, is you better not look at anybody else, blah. All right, well, if you agree to that, don't look at anybody else, son, because you're cheating.
Right.
But if she's I want to see you hit that waitress right there, we're going to bring her back to the room. She's going to rock with us. She's going to leave, then I'm going to rock with you. It's not cheating. I think cheating is going outside of the relationship rules, whatever those might be.
Okay.
And I'm not here to judge.
Okay. I can rock with that. I'm gonna say that the challenge in defining, because for every relationship it's different, number one, but let's look at the gray area, which is that no matter what rules you set, you're always going to push the boundaries. Doesn't matter which partner it is. And I think that the challenge with defining any boundaries when it comes to relationships is you have to have a level of comfort with the other person to really communicate what you're comfortable with and what you're not comfortable with. So here's the issue. You and I go down to New Orleans, right? And you start flirting with a waitress.
That's the second time you mentioned that city. Just
100%.
What's wrong with New Orleans?
It's coming. It's coming
No.
soon.
So if you have a girl and she's there watching you flirting with this other waitress, even if you and her have an understanding, because of the situation that you're in, there may be some feelings that she has. Now it's whether or not she brings it to you, right? Because you have an understanding. But she may be feeling a certain way regardless of what that is. So I think it's more a matter of how you bring to the other person your feelings or concerns when you think something or you see something that makes you uncomfortable.
But Jay, I think it's a matter of personality, right?
Okay.
Like, I have a friend, and her husband, they swing, and she told me the other partners are like porn, dildos, vibrators. Like, she doesn't. A woman can look better than her, perform better than her. Like, it doesn't bother her at all because it's just she trusts her husband that much, and but I'm just saying, like, you know, for her, she's not fazed by it at all. It just
Right.
it arouses her. Beyond that, she's not insecure at all. So I mean, I think it's personality driven. Because there are some dudes, like, I was on the train the other day, true story.
Right.
And yo, there was the seat next to me, yo, like only a 2-year-old could sit in the seat next to me.
Uh-huh.
Because the person on the other seat was a big person, legs
Okay.
open, like whatever. It had a bag, and
You weren't sitting down.
no. So listen, so this guy walked in with his girl, and he didn't let her sit down. Like, he didn't let her sit next to me.
Right.
Like, so based on body language, I felt like this dude was really insecure, right?
Okay.
To the point where he made her stand up and he sat next to me. Yo, that's crazy, right? So I'm just saying, there are some people that are very insecure.
Right.
So like, but there are some people that don't even sweat it. Like, there are dudes probably who can watch their wife do whatever, and I'm just saying it's personality driven. Like, not everybody would watch that person flirt and have an issue with it. Some people are like, all right, well, you flirted, I'm going home with you.
So
I don't care.
So you're getting into the level of comfort the person has with themselves versus the level of understanding they have with the other person.
It's probably both. You know, because in general, insecurity is an unattractive quality, right? I think everybody can agree with that.
Right.
If the person you're with is constantly like, who'd you talk to? What'd you do? It's like, come on, B, get out of my face. Only like, right? So I think in
Right.
general, insecurity is not sexy,
Right.
right? You can't have it both ways. You can't agree to swing or agree to be open and then ask a million questions or get angry when, cause I'm the type, I've been out, bar with a girl, I'm like, I see these dudes looking at you.
Right.
I'm gonna go to the bathroom. One of them's gonna approach you because they got a crew. I'm by myself. Do me a favor, take the drink, order 2, get me 1. You know what I'm saying? Like,
So I'm gonna take a different view on this, which is I'm gonna use one word, which is respect. And
God bless you.
I think that the issue with the question is that it shares a level of disrespect that is created in the idea that flirting is even going on. So by saying, is flirting considered cheating, you're automatically looking at it from the standpoint that it's disrespectful to engage with another person in any type of platonic transactional way. And I think that is where you get into how much do you respect each other. That's the first thing. But the second thing is that because every relationship is different, one of the things that you have to look at with regards to respecting yourself and respecting the other person is being able to have the conversation afterwards in a way that if you stepped over the boundary or you actually were having more fun than you realized, being able to own up to that. Because the other person might not have a problem with you flirting. It might have been the level or the way in which you were flirting that set them off.
You know what? I just think, maybe I'm oversimplifying it, but I think people are good if they're not being deceived. Like, I think if you tell somebody straight up what it is, or if they watch it and you weren't hiding, people, because a lot of times when people talk about situations, they talk about how it made them feel. They don't talk about the actual act. It's like, I can't believe she would do that.
Right.
It's not, I can't believe she did that. It's like, I can't believe she did it behind my back type of thing, you know?
Yep.
So, I don't know. I think at the end of the day, if you are upfront and honest, you got a chance of doing whatever you want to do. There's somebody out there that is good with who you are. You just got to find that person.
All right.
100%.
All right, next question.
Are there any more?
I think we're done.
Was that
Unless
right
you got
there?
one.
Was
No,
that-
this is one I just read. All right, let's take a quick break. We'll be right back with I Don't Give a Fuck and Pat's PSA.
Let's do it.
All right, we're back. This is Fun and Truth in Black and White with Pat and Jay. Pat, I don't give a fuck.
Yo, listen, I want to thank everybody for coming out.
Yeah, word up. This is
Like-
our launch party.
Hey, thank you for that great question.
Thank you
Much
very
love.
much.
You're home
Yeah,
safe.
thank you everybody for coming out for our launch party.
I like that.
Hey,
Be a speaker on our podcast.
we got to bring her back.
No, seriously, I appreciate the love. But listen, let's wrap up, man.
Yeah,
Jay, what is it that you don't give a fuck about?
I don't give a fuck about gender specifics anymore, Pat.
Oh, shit.
I'm going to tell you why. Listen, we all know that there is positive and negative. And you learn in biology that there are two genders. You learn in a lot of different courses that there is an odd and even number. There is, again, a positive and negative. We are now in a world where none of that matters. And by erasing it, we have created a world in which we can look at each other without judgment. So now that we're free of these constraints, let's move forward.
Yeah, I'm not feeling that whole thing. Like, you know, it. Listen, man, you can like who you want to like, be with who want you. I love Buju, but I'm not on that boom bye bye shit. Like, I'm not trying to hurt nobody.
Right.
Do what you do, be with who you want to be with. But you're either a woman or you're a man. You're a boy or you're a girl, you're a male or a female.
Make
And that's
up your
just
fucking mind.
It just is what it is. And, you know, I just think there's some kind of movement to try to confuse these kids.
Right.
And I don't understand it. Because you can be one or the other and like whomever. Why you have to confuse them? You know, like, that whole, like, I think Target has now gender neutral sections for children. Are you kidding me? I think a girl can wear a football jersey. And a boy can wear a dress if he wants to.
There have been plenty of girls that have worn
But to
football
go there
jerseys.
and say there's no categories is crazy. That's crazy. I'm not saying the people are crazy for having their feelings. I'm saying it's crazy for a corporation or a conglomerate to try to steer our children. That's just it's nuts.
Right.
But my PSA today is he or she just is not checking for you. Here's what I mean. If you like a girl, or you like a guy, or if you're waiting for a job to call you back, listen, no one's that busy, right? If the guy you like is never available,
Right.
he's not into you. He's not that busy. He can have 2 jobs, 3 jobs, 4 kids, whatever.
No matter what it is.
If a man is checking for you, he will find
The
time
time.
to see you. If a girl is checking for you, she will find time. If the person you're checking for is not available ever, they are not
Into
checking
you.
for you. Move on.
100%.
Yo, I have a lot of love for the people that came out today.
Word up.
And please could support the charitable function we're doing on November
25th.
25th.
Once again, Long Island Fight for Charity. Pat and I are fighting for autism awareness, Patriotic Hearts. Pat's going to come up with a charity to feed some hungry kids. And otherwise, you can comment or email us,
constructive criticism, negative criticism,
Fun and
positive
Truth,
feedback.
right? Fun and Truth at 11thhourproductions.com or Fun and Truth in Black and White.podbean.com.
Jay, I want to shout out Dwayne and Pat who helped set us up.
Word Vibe Lounge.
Sade, my
Sade.
man Mikey Palms, and everybody that took the time to come out tonight. Much love.
Word.
Happy summer, everybody.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Word. Thank you, everyone. Get home safe.
Hope you enjoyed the
It's
shots.
been
and
another
the content.
episode, and we'll see you on the
there's
next
gonna be another
go-round.
episode on Sunday. We're
That's
recording.
right. That's right.
Check us out Monday morning, and hopefully you like it.
All right, everybody. Peace out.
Take care.